Okay, take two. We had a serious technical difficulty there this morning. Sorry for anybody that was on and heard the fiasco happen. I was saying that Indy was in here with me. And, so this is a new start. So yeah, sorry for chaos there a second ago. Indy was in the room with me because hubby is doing a bunch of work upstairs. So she's with me, and I was saying Indy is with me, and then she hit my table, and YouTube opened on my phone that I'm recording from. So chaos ensued. So if you were here just a second ago, I am so very sorry for that. That was really loud and really obnoxious. If you missed it, yay! All right, so take two. All right, good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness, we got a good crew in here this morning. Well, we always have a good crew. So, goodness gracious, look at everybody. Aw, I'm so glad y'all are here. So it's going to be another whip and chat this morning, partly because, I have been a little frazzled, to say the least. So Thanksgiving was busy. We kind of chatted last week. Then this week has been crazy, and next week will be crazy. So next week, hopefully we'll celebrate, and maybe I'll do an unboxing of like an old kit I have. Like an old DAT kit. I know it's probably archived, but it could be kind of fun to see an old kit. So, yeah, I'm a frazzled rock. Did anybody ever watch Fraggle Rock as a kid? I love that show. And I have little plushies, like little stuffed animal Fraggle Rock characters. I was obsessed. So, Lee watched that. I loved Fraggle Rock. So we're going to do whip and chat. I'm using the same pen as last week. This is one of my Poshy pens. We've got Dream Wax Orange Creamsicle. And we've got Tracy's DP World Georgia Peach going. And so I got my tweezers. I've got Mel the Bear. I've got my fun little cover minder fidget spinner from Diamond Nana. And then, of course, my name. Got my release papers. Got my Mooney Maid tray. So we're kind of going to get started. The kit I'm working on is still the You're Not Alone. If you guys remember last week, this is where I got. I have not worked at all since last week, which is sad and frustrating, which is probably why I'm stressed. But, so we're working on You're Not Alone. Is anybody else working while we're watching, or are you guys just watching and like multitasking? Which is fine by me. Multitask all you want. Okay, so this week, you know it's been a rough week when I think I only talked to Ditzy a couple of times this week. Yesterday we got a really good call in, and it was much needed. Rejuvenated me. I missed my bestie, and it's my fault. It's not her. It's totally me. I had, Ditzy's got her coffee. Yay. Artemis is multitasking. So this week, I think a lot of people, oh, Indy's coming in again. My door is open since Steve is working, so she'll probably be in and out. Hey, Bubba's. No, don't get in that trash can. It's like having a toddler, y'all. Come lay in your bed, boo-boo. Look, come on, lay in your bed. She's distraught. She's not happy, girl. So this week was a busy one. Let's see. Monday, I had to drive to Macon, Georgia. So, for reference, Macon is about an hour hour and a half away, depending upon where you're going to Macon, because Macon is a large city in Georgia. So I was about an hour and 20 minutes away from home, and I had to drive in for blood work for my kidney doctor that I was going to see on Thursday. So it's a long drive just to get poked and prodded and given urine sample. I have to do a urine sample because they check the my kidney levels and make sure I'm not purging proteins. So Lily says, watching a Christmas movie on Netflix. Christmas spirit went out the window this week. I understand. Ditzy says we cracked up so hard. What did you crack up about? I feel like I'm missing something. But that's not surprising. It's me. Let's see. Enjoy your Christmas movie, Lily. Hi, Shelly. Oh, she's laughing at art. Okay. Hi, Laura. Good morning. And I'm sorry if I didn't say good morning to everybody. Hi, Michelle. If I've missed you, I truly apologize. I was a little frazzled when I first started because I went live. We had technical difficulties, and YouTube played really, really loud. And so I had to stop that live and get restarted because it was in my phone that I'm filming from. So it was above me and I couldn't get it to stop. It was just a little chaotic. So if I miss saying good morning to you, please forgive me. It's not because I'm being rude. So back to the week. I had something every single day this week. But I ended up going back to Macon on Thursday and saw the kidney doctor. And I had to see him because this was my post-surgery appointment. And with my lupus, my body can really respond poorly to trauma. Like a surgery is considered a trauma because it's invasive. Oh, that didn't work very well. It's invasive in the system, in the body. So, and it's foreign, something's happening. And so with lupus, you can... Oh, Artemis says she was laughing at me being a loon. Ditzy said it was beautiful and I loved it. Aw. Okay, so I take it I need to go back and watch an Artemis video that I've apparently missed. That is my suspicion. So I'm going to have to do that. I love Artemis's videos. So I obviously need to get back to that. With lupus, the easiest way for me to explain it is my antibodies are too stupid to know what's good or bad. And so if like something foreign happens, like a massive surgery, that's trauma to the body, your cells automatically like go to the area that's had the trauma. So the surgery, and that's why you have swelling as you recover and all. Well, that is something that's changing in my body. And sometimes lupus can say, oh, something foreign's happened. I'm going to go on the attack. And it will tend to attack the previous areas that have been previously attacked by lupus. And sometimes it'll do a new one. But that's why they really needed to check my kidneys and, make sure everything is good. Ditzy said, did they check your brain also? I am going to I see my lupus doctor on Wednesday, and I'm going to talk to him about that because I am still having some cognitive issues post-surgery. I had a lot for the first 3 weeks after surgery, and I had reached out to my lupus doc, and he really feels like it was a reaction to the anesthesia. So I'm just not responding to anesthesia super well. And I have to be aware of that. So in the future, if I have a surgery or go have any anesthesia, I need to make sure that I don't have to do anything that requires a lot of cognitive ability for at least 3 weeks. But I'm going to have him look me over. There's cognitive tests they can do with me in the office. And so I'm sure he'll do all of that. He is aware of it. I told him that I'm still having some issues. But I also know I'm under a lot of stress. So, but for the kidneys are good. They actually look better than they did prior to surgery, which is very unusual. That's another reason he really wanted to check them, was because my lupus numbers or my kidney numbers were ticking in a bad direction prior to surgery. And I was on the bubble of needing a new medication that's for lupus nephritis or lupus kidney damage to kind of stabilize it so it doesn't get worse. My Plaquenil, which is hydroxychloroquine, that is what I'm on to just try to keep my lupus from flaring. It's not a foolproof thing. It just tries to keep it stable. There's no cure for it. Artemis says, how often do you get checked? I had a relative that would get worse when stressed. The holidays can be stressful. Absolutely, Artemis. I see my lupus doctor every 3 months, and I see my kidney doctor every 6 months, unless I'm showing other signs when I have my labs done with my lupus doctor. So I have labs done about every other month to make sure that everything is staying stable, and they get sent to my lupus doctor. And then I have the special labs by my kidney doctor every 6 months. And yes, stress is like the worst thing for lupus. Right now, I have knots on the back of my head, and on my neck that are lupus related, and they're about the size of a grape, but they make my neck really tight and really sore. So that's another reason I haven't diamond painted as much, is because it's kind of uncomfortable. Because I'm looking down and I don't have an elevated desk yet. I'm going to need my dad's drafting table eventually. So I'm looking down, so it's putting that extra strain on my neck. And yeah, the holidays can be very stressful, but it wasn't so much holiday was stressful, but it was also this 2 weeks. So I said I had been to Macon twice. I've got to go to Macon on Monday for an eye doctor because of my Plaquenil. I have to be checked for glaucoma because there is a very high probability I will end up with glaucoma. And so, because that's a known side effect of the Plaquenil, so I have to be checked by an eye doctor every 6 months for that. So I see him on Monday. And then Wednesday I drive into Atlanta, which is a 3.5-hour drive, to see my lupus doctor. So it's just a really crazy, stressful couple of weeks. And then my procrastinating rear end has my Christmas premiere. And she is wrecked again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ditz. Thank you, Ditzy, for outing me. No, I was going to talk about it anyway. In the slew of all of my crazy this week, Brilliant Me was listening for the garage door to go up so I could leave. And apparently Impatient Me thought the garage door had gone all the way up, and the garage door had not gone all the way up. And I promptly backed into my garage door. So, like, my garage door, so my car is okay. There's like one very, very minor scratch on the back window. It's nothing. You can't see it. You have to be looking for it to even see it. But my poor garage door is bent in a curve that's like the shape of the back of my car. So I drive a Toyota Highlander, so that like the back, has like that bubble curve. And yeah, that's what my garage door looks like now. But the garage door company did come out. They took a rubber mallet and pounded on it to get it flattened out a little bit more, and flattened out a couple places. And so now the garage door, and put it back on the track because I knocked it out of the track and everything. So now it's back on the track. It is still a little bit bowed, but it works. And otherwise it'd be like, it's roughly $450 for the one panel. And then, because of course I didn't hit the little door, I hit the double door, the 2-car garage door. And so, it was like almost $450 just for the panel. So, plus the labor, because they basically have to disassemble the whole garage door and do the spring system, all of it to like lift the other 3 panels or 4 panels up to get to the bottom panel. So we're just going to live with a little cosmetic damage. It works, it seals, we're good. So, yeah. Lee said, oh no. Laura said, oh my God, no. Artemis said, girl, yeah, that's a lot in a week. Yeah, it is. But it's also me, like, I was over pushing. I was not 100% focused. My brain was going 100 miles an hour. And I was just, did something dumb. So, it happens. I beat myself up pretty bad for the first couple days. And then once they kind of fixed it, and it's just a service call, so I think it's going to be under $100 for them to have come out. Yeah, well, it got better, then it kind of got funny. Only I would run into the garage door. So, needless to say, I am not even starting my car now until I know that the garage door has completely gone all the way up. Because I would like hit the button, let the garage door start going up, and then start my car and kind of get settled in, put my seatbelt on, everything like that, and then back out. Well, now I'm not even allowing myself to start my car until I know that that garage door is all the way up. So even the garage door guy was like, what you might want to do is hang something from this so you can see when the garage door is all the way up so you have a visual. Yeah, I might have to do that. I mean, it's not a quiet garage door. It's one of the chain ones, so it's not a quiet garage door, but yeah, so that was a little nuts. But I did get a good report from the kitty doctor, so I'm really happy about that. I did learn some fascinating stuff, from the kitty doctor. So, and I don't know, you guys like science-y stuff or health stuff? Is this boring? I don't want to bore anybody. But I found out something interesting about the, medication I was on for my kidneys. So when I first got sick, I had brain and central nervous system damage first. And then a few years later, I went into kidney failure. And I was on the bubble. They said you can try this experimental drug called Cytoxin, which was a chemo, or you'll be on a lifetime of dialysis waiting for a kidney transplant. And then even after you get the transplant, you'll probably have to remain on dialysis most likely, because your body is just not going to tolerate the kidney that well, and it's going to have to constantly be assisted with dialysis. So even though the medication was somewhat... Okay, where did that drill just go? Okay, I'm losing my mind. I don't know if that was it or if this is the one on my shirt, but we're getting another one. So Artemis says, I watch surgeries on YouTube, so yeah, it's interesting to me. Okay, good. I'm not too boring. So the choices were given, and Cytoxin was still experimental. So my protocol was once a month treatments for 3 years. And the treatments were, I ended up being allergic. They had to give you another medication before it to condition my kidneys to accept the chemo. So it was a drug called Mesna. I was allergic to it, so I had to do Benadryl before it and after it through an IV. Then I did the Cytoxin. And the Cytoxin was a 10-hour IV. So I was always there for like 12 hours every day that I went. It was just once a month, but each time I went, it was like a 12-hour day, 12+ hour day, depending upon how my body held up. And when I first was told about it, they said that if you take this medication, because of the chemo, the fact that it's chemo, and what it's doing to the body. If you got pregnant, your baby would probably not be 100% right, because they believe that it affected the cytoxin, especially because it's going down towards your kidneys, that it would affect the reproductive system to the point where it would damage your eggs. But at that point, they were saying you could still physically get pregnant, so please be very careful, be aware. Well, Steve and I had already made the decision that, and I've talked about this a lot before, but like the movie Steel Magnolias, I was not going to try to have children because I did not want to risk bringing a child into the world because I wanted to be a mom so bad, and then them lose their mom because the baby is a foreign body and my body starts rejecting the baby. Then it could kill me, or it could make me brain damaged. It could just be all kinds of stuff. And I wasn't willing to take that risk. So then once we were told about the cytoxin affecting my eggs, it was like, well, we had already kind of made that decision. We're good with it. No big deal. And so we just went on about life. And this is TMI, but I've been experiencing like perimenopausal and just weird girly stuff in the last couple years. And when I moved, I needed to find a GYN. I had a really good GYN. I went to get an appointment with her. She moved to oncology only when I went to get an appointment with her. So I was like, okay, crap. I need to find a new one. Well, I found a new one, and then she had a death in the family and took a leave. So then it was like, well, now I'm, about to move. Do I even bother? It's like, no, I'm not going to bother. So I haven't been to the GYN in a while. And so I've just been kind of like, it is what it is. And when I was talking to my kidney doctor, because the cytoxin is done through the nephrologist, the kidney doctor, not the lupus doctor. And I mean, they work together, but it's prescribed and monitored by the kidney doctor. Well, the kidney doctor I have now is not the one that did my cytoxin. She has since moved back to Africa. And so, I don't, have her, but the protocol still exists. Now, the really cool thing is because I was part of the early experimental part of it, I can say that it's made a difference in a lot of people's lives, and the protocol is only 3 to 6 months now for lupus patients that take the cytoxin route, which is really awesome. I hate that I had to do it so long, but I'm glad that them having like my case to study, along with many others, I wasn't the only one, obviously, but I helped contribute to them being able to realize they can bring the protocol, shorten the protocol down, and they really strive to do 3 months, not 6 months. So, which is way better than the 3 years I did. Okay, so, talking about Asia. Hey, unfortunately, I'm at work, so I can't stay here longer, but I'm sending you kisses. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I appreciate just even a little bit. I'm listening to my ramblings. Good morning, Christine. I'm talking about my lupus medication that I was on. So, the doctor told me that after all these years, so that was 2002, 2003 for time frame. We are now 2024. And he was saying how far they've come with the cytoxin treatments. And it was really fascinating. My doctor's really great. He loves giving information. He loves answering questions. And he was like, well, have you had any issues with your menstrual cycles and stuff like that? So I was telling him everything. He goes, well, I really believe from everything we're learning from studies and following patients and stuff, he said, I am quite certain that the issues you're having is due to your cytoxin that you took, and because you took it so long. Well, come to find out, and this is my terminology, not his terminology. His terminology is basically that the cytoxin kills your eggs, or if a man takes it, it kills their sperm. So basically, in my opinion, it basically sterilizes you. And even with the shorter protocols, And, you know, that's a far cry from it could kind of damage your eggs. Your babies probably won't be right to like, basically we've killed your eggs. You're still going to produce eggs. You'll still have eggs. You'll still have periods, but they will never be right or normal. And your eggs are basically gone. So they now have a situation where for lupus patients, if they can afford it, they recommend that they freeze eggs, or for the men, freeze sperm before they start the Cytoxin, because it will kill them. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So much has been found out in the 20 years since I was on the medication. Fortunately, it didn't affect our decision, and it doesn't upset me, but I'm glad they're finding it out for other patients. But he said that part is why they're finding less and less people are using Cytoxin for lupus, because they don't want that option of killing their eggs or killing their sperm. So, yeah, it was really fascinating. Oh, I really rambled long about that. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, it was a good appointment. I really like my doctor. Let's see. So this week I've talked about where I'm going with Dr. Wise. Oh, and in the midst of all this, Indy got sick. She was throwing up for an evening, and I was up all night with her. It's just been a week, but it could be worse. I'm doing good. Steve did his ham operator test for his general license, which is the next license up. And he passed that last night, which was really fun. We were excited. So we'll do a celebration this afternoon. Basically, that just means the boys will probably smoke a cigar and toast some scotch. And I may get a glass of white wine out and toast with them. But yeah, so this weekend, today I'm kind of in my jammies. I need to keep filming my premiere. Is anybody watching? Have you guys watched the premieres in past years? Oh, hi Tima. Thank you for being on here. It's good to see you. Let's see. Artemis. Yeah, but if you think you're hitting menopause, you may want to have your hormone levels checked. Yeah, I do need to, Artemis. I've got a GYN that I'm going to go see after the first of the year. Oh, Tima, thank you. It is a fun canvas. This is the You're Not Alone Care Bear in Full Crystals by Art and Soul. Tima says she has to record her premiere today too. Yeah, I've been working on mine. It's this one, Tima. Yeah, I gotta I gotta finish mine. Oh gosh, they're so much fun, but man, I procrastinated too much, and now I'm like stressing myself out on top of the crazy week. Lily said it got me through the holidays last year. Oh, good, Lily. I hope you enjoy this year's too. There's a lot of new people that are coming on. I mean, there's a lot of the same veterans that have done it for many years, but there's a lot of us newbies that doing it too. I'm pretty excited. Artemis says, I haven't because I had no idea, but I'm excited for this year's fun. Yeah, I didn't know about it either, Artemis, till this year. And then I was invited by Diamond Nana, I think. She mentioned it to me. And she's like, would you be interested? I'm like, let me see what it's about. And sure. Artemis asked, do you know when the schedule will go up? The official schedule is not up yet. Those of us that are contributing have an idea when we're going to be. So like, mine will be roughly, if nothing changes, I am at 3 p.m. Eastern. So 4 p.m. 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. So if nothing changes, that's when mine will air. But there's a lot of great ones that are coming up. Let's see. Lily asked Art if she's coming home. Oh, good morning, Maniba. Diamond Doodler Maniba came on. No, it's okay. It's all right. You're late. I know you have a lot going on. Got to keep Lily in line. Oh, hi, Adam. Thank you for being here. That was a pleasant surprise. Hooray. It's like, what, dinner time for you? Artemis says, yep, and I cannot wait. Oh, good. Yay. I'm so glad. How long of a flight is that for you, to come home? I'm sure it can't be cheap. Maniba says, oh, yay, I didn't know these videos existed, and I'm excited to see yours. Thank you. Mine'll be, I'm doing an Advent kind of thing. I don't want to give it all away, but doing an Advent kind of thing. So I think it'll be fun. Showing kind of what our family tradition is for Steve and I. Since we don't have kids, we do some fun things ourselves. So he is not participating. He's camera shy. So I'm doing it by myself. I'm doing our Christmas tradition by myself. But he's supporting me. He's entertaining the dog so I can film since I procrastinated. But I think they'll be really fun. I know Ditsy's is a blast. She was kind enough to invite me onto hers. And so it's a ton of fun. And so that, lot of laughter. Y'all will enjoy that one for sure. And let's see. I know Tammy's got one. I'm trying to think if I know T-Ma, who's in here. She's going to film hers. She's on there. Like a lot of the ones that y'all follow. Shay's, of course, got one. There's so many. Because you got to think, if you don't know, the premieres run like starting like, I think it's midnight or 1 a.m. Christmas Eve in the morning. And they're now going past Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, because there's some additional creators that have come on board. So now it's like 3 hours into the day after Boxing Day. So it's tons of great. And you can come back and forth into it, or catch up if you have like family something going on. You can come back. You can still come back and watch them because they're all pre-recorded. They're just released at specific times. So the people, if they're home alone or they don't have family, they have something to have noise in their house or entertainment through all of those hours. And what a great thing for mental health, because holidays are so tough for people. So this is just a fun way to keep your house lively and have noise and have something to do so you don't dread the holidays so much. So I am honored I get to contribute to that. Artemis says it's 21 plus hours travel time and like 17 hours flight time. Oh my. That is a long day of traveling. Goodness. And then you got jet lag, I'm sure. Whew, that's tough. How long will you be back, Artemis? Or is this like a permanent move, or are you just visiting and then back? If you don't mind my asking, I don't mean to be nosy. Lily says, oh my gosh, Art, will you be traveling alone? Maniba says, that's quite the flight, Artemis. Artemis says, I need a rundown of your favorite teas when you've tasted them all. And Artemis says she's traveling with her husband and her 4-year-old. Oh gosh, that's a long day for a 4-year-old. I will send you all the good happy vibes, Artemis, that I can, because that's a long travel day. Hopefully your 4-year-old travels well. Maniba said, will there be a list of the content creators? And I guess we go to their YouTube channel. So actually, Maniba, there will be once everything's finalized. Crafts with Crashly organizes this, and she will release the actual schedule and the name of the content creator and the time that they're going. And I believe she'll do it all in Central Time. So you'll have to kind of adjust the time to your area. But there is an actual, she does from her channels, Crafts with Crashly, there is a premiere list. Let me see if I can pull it up on my cell phone and see if it will show up on here. She, oops, Crafts with Crashly. Okay, so I'm on her channel. Can we see this? Let me see if it pops up on my laptop, because there's a slight delay here. So I want to make sure you can see this. And sorry if you see my notifications because my phone goes off constantly. Okay. Come on now. All right. Okay, so I think you guys can see this okay. I know there's some lighting. But way over here to playlist. If you tap on playlist, see this first one says 2023 Christmas premieres. If you tap it, then it lists them and you can like start here. So Life with Lindsay was the first one and you can tap it and it will run and it will automatically switch over to the next one, which was Anxiety Art Adventures. And it will just do that through all of the videos. So you can go to, Crashly has this playlist under her channel. So Crafts with Crashly. And then you go to playlist and it lists it. So like there was the 2022 one. She's got other playlists for other stuff. But if you're curious what it was like, there's the 2023 and 2022 one. So you can just keep watching. Or if you go by when she releases the official schedule out, you can pick which ones you can go to that person's direct channel. So it will be on like my channel at that right time, but you can also access it from the premiere list that she will have. I hope that makes sense. Artemis says, just visiting for a little less than a month. Sweden is generous vacation time. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, that's good. I'm glad you get a good trip here. Artemis, is it like, I know when I go home to Indiana, and that's like not flying across the country. When I go home to Indiana, if I go at home at a holiday, it's madness. Like people are pulling me every direction. Is it that way when you come? Or is it calm? Or does everybody like, oh my gosh, we have to see you, come see us, and everybody's trying to schedule time with you? We've stopped traveling on the holidays for that very reason, because I don't get enough concentrated time with my family. So we change it up, and we just don't go up. We go up sometime when it's not a holiday. And then I get a lot more concentrated time with my family. So, let's see. Maniba said, oh wow, I have to go to her YouTube channel and binge watch. So great of everyone to contribute their time for the holidays. I think the content creators enjoy it just as much as those watching. I mean, the making the video, sometimes I would think that some are probably, I don't know. I don't want to speak for other people. I've really enjoyed making it. I'm mad at myself for procrastinating, but I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed trying to come up with an idea, trying to make it fun, and that kind of stuff, being creative. I really enjoyed that part of it. Just mad at myself for procrastinating. But that's my own fault. Ditz, if you're still there, I know yours was a lot of fun. What was your feel and take? T-Mall, if you're still there, like, what, as a content creator, what's it like from your end doing these premieres? I know for me it's been fun. I just wish I hadn't procrastinated. I like my idea and I think people will enjoy it. I mean, maybe they won't, but I hope they do. You always hope for the best. I think that's the hard thing about technically being a content creator is, are people going to like your stuff? And kind of having a thick skin, because if they don't, not getting your feelings hurt. That was one of my fears of becoming, like, starting to do videos, is what if people don't like me? What if they don't like my stuff? And then I realized I just do it. I do it for me. I know that I don't want to sound selfish. Does that sound selfish? Oh, it froze? I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, I'm sorry it's freezing. My husband was working on the network, but it shouldn't have affected it. Okay. I am so sorry, guys. I had no idea that I was freezing. Thank you for saying something. My husband worked on our computer network this morning, and I think something's not right. So, let me wrap up early. Tima says she was nervous the first year. I just have fun making one and talking to folks. Yeah, it's my first year, Tima, so I'm nervous as well. I'm excited about it. Arma says, oh no, and no, that doesn't sound selfish. Yeah, I love doing diamond painting. I love doing crafts. And I was like, I want to share it. And so, but I got too worried about what people would think. And so I got all in my head. But all right, so I know that we're freezing. I know that the Disney DACs are releasing. I'm cutting this a little short because apparently whatever my husband did network-wise is kind of faltering. So I apologize for technical issues again. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you for spending your morning with me. And I will be here next week after all my crazy's over, and we might unbox like one of my old DACs. I know it'll probably be an archive kit, but I'm going to pull out one of my first DACs and let's like unbox it, because I have a couple that I bought right when I first started DAC and I've never even opened them. So while they're out of their boxes, I keep them in just the plastic. But I might do that next week just for something different after my stressful couple weeks. So, all right, everyone, go enjoy the DAC Disney Princess releases and have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Again, thanks for your patience with technology. I will see you guys next weekend. Bye, guys.